Okay, here's the ICOM IC720a as an apple again. I'm going to turn it on. That's the band clicking relays. This selects whether you're going to switch over the ham bands or the general coverage. Right now this is pressed in, so this is just going to jump every megahertz when I click this, either up or down. In the out position, this is going to jump in the ham bands. 180, 10 meter bands, 15 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, 40, 80, the 160 meter band. So I can put this in general coverage here, click through, let's say I'm at 7 megahertz. This L6 says it's in lower sideband. If you hit this on here, it's going to jump by every kilohertz, so you can quickly go through. You may notice this is real quiet. That's because this particular radio's got a problem right now of the relay is stuck inside there. If I put this in AM, boom, I just goosed it, transmit for a second, freed up the relay. That's a typical problem in an older rig like this. The relays tend to get stuck. And this one, it tends to do it on certain bands. If you goose it and just transmit for just a fraction of a second, I've got this set as low as possible. It's not good for the transmitter, but it goes through and frees up, and now it's allowing RF to get to the receiver. So if I take this off, I can scoot through here and go through the ham band, put this in sideband here. This is the tuning for by 10 hertz or 100 kilohertz.
Yeah, it was good. But all that money starts to turn down, so I guess that's why he came back. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Now if you want to use the RIT button, like
but you know, I don't think it's going to happen. I was talking to a guy the other day who thinks that the end of NFL football might occur in our lifetime. Parents not wanting their kids to
this is the RIT button.
I think that's probably the only sport.
Well, what they get paid there, should get paid, given that
the danger and how short the careers are.
You use that if you want to, you got one guy in a net that's a little bit off, you can hit the RIT button.
I was just reading an article on
Tune him in.
the referees, and they were a little rusty, but overall much better. I didn't see any really bad calls.
This is a lock button over here, of course.
Yeah, you can't blame those guys. They just weren't cut out for it. They did the best they could. But I mean, some of them, you know, are high school coach referees, and it wasn't their fault. Yeah, I mean, I fault Goodell. I mean, they weren't asking for much.
This is the RF gain.
I mean, they're making so much money. They're arguing about a little bit of money for pension fund and some nonsense.
I've only got about a 6-foot indoor antenna here, so.
Yeah, Magic Reed, and also I think he wants to be, you know, like a czar.
Now, if I want to go through and look at another band, the defect right now on this, because it's old radio and it's got some issues, is that if I want to go down here and look at the, see if there's anybody on broadcast. This is about 7 in the morning. Put this in AM. Obviously, I've got a lot of noise here, so this is probably actually receiving well. That's only going to look at that one megahertz area. Let's see if I can pick up WWV. Once you get down to here, it's going to jump right over the stack and go up to 6 megahertz, right below 6. Can't even pick up anything. Go lower. Let's say I want to go through and listen in the 80 meter band. You may notice this is totally dead. That's because the relay stuck. Sometimes there's a broadcast in some areas there, usually at night. I'll go up into the 40 meter band. Hit this so I can quickly get down to ham band in here. You may notice it's dead. If I goose it with in sideband, yeah, sometimes it works. So I got some noise going through me yakking here. This radio is actually pretty sensitive. It's good, got some good selectivity. I only paid about 100, I think 120, 130 bucks for this radio, but it's as is, and it's got some issues there for, it is general coverage. It'll pick up to 30 megahertz. L means it's in lower sideband. If I click through this and go up higher bands, see in 10, it's on upper sideband. Let's say I'm up here on the 20 meter band, 14 something. If perhaps, let's say a guy was on the other sideband, you're listening to military, something like that, flipped, you can go through and hit function and like this where it's reversed, and you can reverse it, but it's default above 10 megahertz and above, and ham is usually upper, and then below that is in lower sideband. But you can go through and look at the other band. Let me see if I can get that back. There it is. Now this still's got the same problem where the relay's stuck. We're just tooling around, having it change in 100 hertz is a little bit quicker to see if you can find anything. A bunch of crap on there. Let's see if we can pick up 15 megahertz in WWV. Sometimes you put it in sideband, you can pick up the carrier a little bit better, but the beat tone, but it's not there. So this is real early in the morning. That's why the bands are kind of pooped out. Go to 10. There, the relay was stuck again. There's WWV. Wasn't open just a minute ago. This radio might be off here in this band. It's kind of weird. Or it may be just the way it picks up. It's like right there, it's actually switching between. The adventures of a used radio. Now I got this in sideband here. Might be just the way the offset is here on some of this stuff too. Let's try the beat here on this. That just about beats out there. Interesting. Let's put this in lower. It's like it locks out right there. Interesting. Now, since WWDV can pick up a little bit, let me go a little bit lower. Notice that swung up. That means that I don't have to goose it to find, to get the filter to get unstuck. I'm just seeing if there's any broadcast bands in here. Now he's hitting about 20 to 25 dB over S9. If I go to DX zone, let me punch in 9550. 9550. This is on www.dxzone.com. And I want to see who's on that, where that station is, just for kicks. Now this says here that that is a the best chance this is a that's Radio Havana. 100 kilohertz station, 100 kilowatt station. That's probably the best bet. That's about 600 or 700 miles away, probably. I'm in the southeast USA, so he's booming in. So that means the connection from roughly 10, 11 meters, or excuse me, 30 meters, 32 meters. Is open to Cuba.
Superpower waking up, but it faces huge challenges too. There are massive disparities in wealth and opportunity. There are enormous.
Let's punch this one in.
There's a widespread distrust of institutions. And
now, just a half hour ago, none of this would pick up.
Any of the statistics are covering all of this.
The band was dead on that.
Jobs in the world, and one of the most demanding. Today you'll hear from 5 of the people who filled the role, as well as the one who does it now, Stephen McDonald.
Well, it doesn't take much to get people pretty worked up over Japan. You know, of course, some
really terrible.
Now this is Radio Australia is what this is, according to DX Zone.
Because it sort of plays in Communist Party's history as well. Its role in fighting against the Japanese.
There's a carrier real loud. There's nothing on it. It's goofy. Now it's something coming in, but it's really goofed up. That says it's either the Radio China or Voice of Vietnam. Now, since this band's open, I'm going to jump down to the ham band. Of course, now it's dead. This is really not great for the receiver. Excuse me, the transmitter. Put this in sideband. Put this in CW. That's a CW narrow. I don't think this has got a narrow filter in it. I'm gonna have to study that. And that's about it. Got CW, AM, lower sideband or sideband ready. Here's the noise blanker. I think that's attenuation, but when I put that on there, it seems like it's got a massive amount. So I'm not really sure if that's. If I go over here and do. Pick up one of these stations that's booming in here a minute ago. Hit this, it's totally dead. When I did this earlier, yesterday, if I had this on plus 30 and I hit the ATT button, it just, nothing came out, so. There, it was stuck. That's about plus 30. If I hit this, that's goes from plus 30 to about less than S1. So I'm not sure if that's an attenuation button or what the heck that is. Most of the radios I have, they have attenuation button or minus 20 or minus 30. This just seems like it's like a massive thing. So maybe there's a filter that's not in there, or I might be a cockpit area here. That, what I'm looking at over here, if I do a Man from Uncle Pan here, I'm using on the net here, if you put in 9850, punch in what's now, shows here, this is on www.DX Zone, it's called What's on Shortwave Now. It's pretty cool. It's got a map of the world. Here's 9850, which is Cuba. I'm down here in the southeast. Here's some in Europe. So there's a probably good chance it's this close guy. Goes through and shows stations. And I can flip through here. Radio Habana, whatever, 250 kilowatts. So it's probably that's what it is. It shows you stations within plus or minus 10 kilohertz, which means if you're using an analog dial meter and you kind of not sure exactly where you are, but that's what I normally use just to see what the heck's going on. This is actually on dial-up on a Linux machine, an IBM T30, but you can go ahead and punch in a frequency here, and that if you're curious you can go through and see probably which one's closest. Sometimes it propagates around the gray line, and it'll go through and show. You can punch in here for any station. You can put a language in. I'm just looking for any language. And it'll say, you know, like Voice of Vietnam's 9840. Obviously it's not that. Chinese 9845. If I scroll through here, there's a lot of them. Gives you over here what it thinks the signal strength is. So if you just kind of want to wing it, this has got the highest, and it shows here it's in Spanish, which what I'm listening to, and 250 kilowatts, which sounds reasonable. And that's about it.